Yeah.
But one interesting thing that I wanted to talk about is the conversation of the difference between Hall of Famer and legend. Because people are calling Drew Brees a legend, and Paul Gallant from 710 actually put out an interesting tweet where he said, Brees is a Hall of Fame QB. Legend, meh. Stinks to go out like this, but we've seen hints of this at the end of the year for 3 straight seasons. You people throw that word around to the point it has little meaning. If Brees is legendary, so are Kurt Warner, Eli Manning, Ben Roethlisberger, and Russell Wilson, all who have made more Super Bowls than Brees just in that era.
Well, okay, I would say that it's not just about the statistics. He's played 20 years. Brady's played 21 years. It's not just about stats. If you're talking about legend here, let's not even talk about QB. Let's not even talk about QB. Let's talk about coaches like Bill Belichick, who have lasted the test of time in New England. When you're talking about legend, it's not only about what you've done in the league from a statistical perspective, including Super Bowls. The fact that the guy lasted 20 years at 40, and I know we're going to see it more.
But he didn't do it. But here's the thing, Robert. Sorry, and I'm sorry to interrupt you here.
No
but
problem.
Like, for me, and I'm sure we have different ideas of concepts of what legend should mean in the
right.
NFL.
And I think it's hard too. But I think what you're saying makes it extremely hard because there are certain guys that honestly, let's be honest, Brady and Brees are just going to have that legend tag attached to them. That's just what it is. It's hard to
Brees just because he's played 20 years, just because he managed to his body managed to hold up for 20 years. If that should mean legend, if when you won one Super Bowl and you made it to a couple NFC championships. Right. But I can also say that I already say in my mind, I already know down the line that people are going to be calling Russell Wilson a Seahawks legend. Because
I would even say an NFL legend. Can I also add this point to this as well? I want to add. But
I would just before you go on to your point, would you, if I would actually say, I would be on the side of saying Brees for playing 20 years, I do believe that is a caveat enough to be legendary. However, I also believe with what Paul Gallant has said that if Brees is legendary, then so are players like Kurt Warner, Eli Manning, Ben Roethlisberger, and Russell Wilson.
We're missing
amazing stuff.
We're missing the most important point. I cannot believe I said this earlier. This is the most important point as to why Drew Brees deserves to be in that legendary category. Brady, I guess you can't necessarily make this argument. You can. It's a little bit tougher. But with Brees, you can certainly make the argument. Drew Brees changed the quarterback position and changed the NFL forever. He did.
Oh, wasn't Brees the first small guy, sort of?
He was 6 foot. He came out in the league and he played 20 years at 6 foot, and he single-handedly paved the way. Russell Wilson has said this, that Drew Brees was my idol because of his height. Sometimes it's not only what you do on the field, but it's also if you want to attach the legend tag, it's what have you done for the game.
Right.
But what is your historical significance of the game? When people talk about you as a player, what is it? For Brees, it might not be about the Super Bowls. It might not be about the statistics. Honestly, the longevity argument probably won't be a great argument in 20 years.
Right.
It definitely won't be a great argument in 20 years. These guys are going to last till 50 at some point.
Yeah. There'll be medicine and whatnot.
Yeah. Let's be honest. The real argument for Brees would be he changed the way we look at small quarterbacks. And I mean, maybe not at the beginning of his career, but definitely towards the tail end.
And I think
that's where it is. I think that's where it is.
With him, it'll be the same. So it's the same sort of thing where it's he came in at 6 foot and he kind of brought the height difference down. And then because of that, you had guys like Russell who was able to come in.
And again, that was done more towards the end of his career.
Right.
That was
more towards the end. And Russell then comes in and does his own quote unquote legendary thing by being an even smaller quarterback and doing his thing and going to 2 Super Bowls. And honestly, in a way, I'm starting to wonder if Russell his career might look similar to Brees's in that he's always fighting. Like he has really good teams and he's a really good player and he has really good stats and really good numbers and all this stuff. And he goes to divisional games and championships and yada, yada, yada. But he's never quite able to do it one last time.
But yeah, so I think the true legendary argument is his impact to the game. Shane, what is your ultimate thought on if Brees deserves that legendary tag?
I think he does. I think he's a top 5 quarterback all time because for me, I mean, like you said, the height thing and also Super Bowl rings aside, because I mean, at the end of the day, that is a team effort. But if you just look at him individually as a player, he holds records, career highs for like half the major stat categories.
Touchdown passes shifts between Brady and Brees every year. It seems like.
Right. Yeah,
and then Brady's
passing yards, career completion percentage. Brees holds all that. And like most pass yards in a season, Brees broke his own record like 4 times.